So Fat Man,
So sleazy.
what are we doing this week?
Your mom.
Go for it, sir.
I mean, she is right down the street.
Well, that's a deadline I really don't want to cross on the wrestling show. Welcome everyone, this is Sleazy.
This is the Fat Man.
And welcome everyone to another.
Wow.
I was gonna try and get deadline in there somehow.
I was sitting there how that was going to work out. I'm like, what?
The funny part is we don't write this shit. 99% of the time that's off the cuff. So we get there eventually. Today we have the largest mark of New Japan this side of Delaware.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Chip Willis with us, folks.
Hey guys, how's it going?
So today we're going to talk about NXT's latest offering, NXT Deadline, because day one was taken. This is technically WWE's last premium live
event.
Well, I take that back. Is Tribute to the Troops on WWE Network?
Box.
No.
Box.
Okay, so it is
Box.
so it's an actual TV program. I don't know what the fuck you want.
Yeah, it's on Box.
They taped it 6 months ago in a fucking warehouse, and they brought four servicemen over and called it a Tribute to the Troops show.
I can't with you. Jesus Lord.
I'm sorry. It used to be, you know,
It used to be the highlight. It was awesome. You had everyone, all the troops were around. They would go to different military bases around. Yeah, no. It used to be a big to do, and now you're sticking in an arena.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't.
Yeah, we'll go to India or we'll go to Saudi Arabia for $1 million shows. Beyond me.
USO means nothing to them. It's a complaint, but it's a dumb complaint, I guess. You don't have to ever do charity work, but it's something you guys have been doing. Why not now? Whatever. Fat Man's like, I don't want anything about this.
What kind of gets me is the fact that they're talking about how the first premium live event, the way they worded it, what the first premium live event was going to be Vengeance Day in February, which is not true because the first premium live event is going to be Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
But unless they're making it NXT's first premium live event, but they didn't clarify anything. So it was confusing.
There's a lot of clarification that I'm going to need at the end of this show. I'm sure. Fat Man, I know you've got the card ready somewhere.
Anyone watch the pre-show?
Did not.
There a pre-show?
There was a pre-show, and I did not watch it.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't. Obviously, I didn't either.
So, Women's Iron Survivor War Games, King of the Mountain, Scramble Challenge.
Queen of the Mountain.
Okay,
I'm not politically correct on the show, so fuck you.
I have the rules here because I think we need to talk through the rules real quick.
And he leaves. Good.
So it's a 25-minute time limit. Okay, so it's a hard time limit. 5 superstars competing to become number one contender for their title, right? 2 superstars start the match. Every 5 minutes later, a new new wrestler will enter until all they're in the ring. Falls can be won at any time. Pinfall, submission, or disqualification. When a superstar scores a fall, they earn a point. When a superstar loses a fall, they're forced out of the ring and into a penalty box for 90 seconds. And the superstar who scored the most falls within the clock gets to be named the Iron Survivor, and they have Iron Maiden play them out, and some.
Run to the hills.
I was gonna go Wildest Dreams, but that works too. We start with the women's version of this. Well, first, let's quickly talk about what do you think about this match?
I was curious of what it was going to be like. It worked. To me, it worked. Both of them worked very well. But then again, I'm the guy that likes the innovative stuff, the creative stuff, the new stuff. And to me, it worked. But I'm Mark, so what the fuck do I know?
If there was one change I would make to the match, is the penalty box. Instead of having them go to the penalty box, they lose a point.
I like that as well.
So even if you're at 0, you go down to -1. I don't know. I think it just brings another dynamic.
He's been
to the
watching a lot of
match.
World Cup lately.
Well, it to me it makes sense. You add another
does.
layer
It does.
to it. So say someone goes down -1, they got to work their way back. It's like being down 2-0 or something. You know what I mean? You just you can use that as another storytelling measure. And another thing is disqualifications, but not countouts. I just make it pinfall or submission. Just make it pinfall or submission. Do a no count out, no DQ. Get rid of the penalty box. I think that's the
I think
tweaks I would make to it.
I think the innovative part is the penalty box though.
Here's my question about the DQ thing. If I hit you with a stick,
I go into the penalty box.
yeah, but they get a point, right?
Yeah.
So in theory, I could actually make somebody else win by hitting them with a stick. So
Right.
if you have a pair of tag team partners in there, you want one of them to win.
Right. But that's also another reason why the DQ thing is stupid.
Right.
It's just get rid of it. Like,
And as
So-
for the penalty box, what happens if you don't go into it?
they started the clock as soon as they hit the floor, not in the penalty box.
Right. So
So it
cares?
doesn't. Yeah. Who cares?
they can't pin somebody for 90 seconds, or they can't
Right.
take points for 90 seconds.
Right.
They
That's
don't
why
need
just
the fucking box.
no. So
Yeah.
make them lose a point instead.
I don't even think you need to make them lose a point. You just say that they can't gain any points for 90 seconds.
No, just make them lose a point.
I don't know. I think it would be easier. It would.
Actually, I think it'd be more complicated if you do it like that. With
Um,
no penalty box, you just can't win. So if you hit your finisher, you're just like, I can't do anything.
What if they are out of the ring? Just out of the ring.
Well,
make pinfalls or submissions only count in the ring.
Yeah, and then
Well-
if someone comes out, they can beat them up and everything, and make them. I don't
The
know.
box itself is dumb. I think you need the whole I can't do anything for 90 seconds. See, they're trying to be King of the Mountain. Okay. It's a bastardized version of King of the Mountain. I didn't like King of the Mountain. I didn't like. Okay, I'll say this right now. I didn't like either one of the matches concept as a whole. I think it took away from the match. But in the case of this particular match, obviously the women's match, was good despite it. Let me say that.
Cora Jade versus Roxanne Perez versus Zoe Starks versus Indy Hartwell versus Kiana James. 25 minutes. Canton gave it 3.5 stars. Sleazy, you're the one's wrestling enthusiast.
I agree with Catton. Like I said, I think it was good. It wasn't great. And I think it could have been better if it wasn't these stupid, ridiculous rules.
I thought the concept is unique. I liked it. It has some tweaks, which I wrote down. I already said. I thought it was a good match, but something seemed off about it. Same with the men's match. It just something just seemed off.
It's too complicated.
You got to use your brain too much.
I'm sorry.
Like-
It's just too complicated.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. It was still a good match. It just seemed.
I think it was a good. the women's one, I don't think was executed as well as the men's one was. I think 3.5 stars is a good rating. Right person went over, I believe, or the right kid died. Sorry,
Right kid, dad.
It had some moments. But yeah, definitely wasn't like the match tonight.
Okay. Alba Fire versus Isla Dawn. 9 minutes.
Isla Dawn.
Even though it's spelled Isla, I don't know why they pronounce it that way because they're dumb.
Isla Nebular.
Because they're stupid and don't know how to speak Spec American. 9 minutes and 52 seconds. Kent gave us 2 3/4. Sleazy, you're the women's wrestling enthusiast.
Serious?
Oh, he's taking the glasses off. It's serious.
What the fuck was this? Okay, so I'm not going to blow up Fat Man Spot all that much. So I'm just going to just let him have it.
So you knew what I was talking about.
Oh,
Thank you.
absolutely. I knew what you're talking about. Holy fucking goddamn fuck.
Worst finish of the day. What was this? It wasn't
that bad till about that point.
Right. It was an okay match until that point. So she grabs the referee's leg, and then all of a sudden he has black shit coming out of his nose and mouth because question mark. If she has the ability to do that, why not do that to her opponent? It went from an okay match to a house show to a 1-star fucking mind fucking literally. I was literally dumbfounded until the next match started. I was like, what the fuck did I just watch?
You watched the female.
I watched Papa Shango.
Yeah.
It was the female Papa Shango, but they never presented her like that until then, which also make it dumb.
I don't know what the fuck this was. You at least gave it a star. I gave it a full on dud because there's no reason for this. Not only to do it, but to do it to the referee and then once again have her make the finish of the match. Like they could have literally cut that piece out and it wouldn't matter at all. It didn't even factor into the finish because the second referee got in there in time.
Yeah. And that's another reason why I was stupid. It had nothing to do with the finish. It
Nothing-
wasn't like Fire was going to win the match because of it, because she wasn't, because she was in control of the match for like 2 minutes out of the 10.
I don't know what to say here. Chip, please, God.
Well, you're not going to like what I have to say about it. I thought until the ending, it was a great match. They had a story to tell. They told it. It was back and forth. The ending is what screwed it up. Yeah, but before the ending, I thought it was a great match. But the ending, it was. I had to rewind it. I'm like, what? Did I miss something? It's like she had the poison touch or something, and that's what caused it. I have no idea. I think there was a history between those two in another match earlier in NXT, and like he didn't want to sit there and referee it or something. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I was all about the match until that ending, and then I'm just like, well, wow, you just take a great match and flush it down the toilet. Wonderful, thank you. I had it as a 4-star match, and I took it down to 3 1/4.
You had that as a 4-star match?
From my vantage point, being a fan and not a wrestler, I liked everything I saw.
Oh, my head hurts. At least it's taking away the pain from my elbow. Nope.
Wow.
No, it's not.
What a dick.
Ow.
I will say that it had, I wouldn't go as far as you did, Chip, in saying that it was an amazing match, but they had something there. They really did. it makes me dumbfounded that they thought that that was going to be a good idea. So
Yo, dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
I do not.
NXT Tag Team Championship, Pretty Deadly defense against New Day. 14 minutes and 5 seconds. John Kent gave us 3 3/4. Let's go to the fucking mark.
I mean, I was glad to see all Pretty Deadly. I'm not a fan of Pretty Deadly. It's like Chuck and Billy 2.0. They're trying or something. It's kind of like a Chuck and Billy and Tyler Breeze and Fandango combination. All 4 of those, and that's what the brainchild was. And it was a decent match. I give it 3 1/4. But New Day, thank goodness you give the titles to them. And maybe now that there's no way they're going to win the titles on the main show, maybe they can have a lengthy run in NXT.
You gave this match the same rating as the last one?
But I told you my original was so high on.
Even so, say that finish had nothing to do. Then that finish was out, okay? And
I would have enjoyed.
Got rid of that dumbass finish. You still think that match was better than this one?
I do.
Wow.
What were you smoking, bro? Come on, tell me. What were you smoking?
Sober shit.
What did Ryan give you? Come on, tell me.
I was at work.
Because you are totally wrong, even if it's your opinion. Yes, I say this jokingly sometimes. You're good to your wrong opinion, but I'm dead serious right now. I don't
fucking Mark.
You're fucking wrong. You're wrong.
I'm not saying he's wrong.
Okay.
You're wrong.
He's absolutely entitled to his opinion.
He's entitled to his very stupidly wrong opinion.
Oh,
I agree with Canton, 3 3/4. I thought the match was great. Surprised New Day won, but kind of not at the same time.
Pretty Deadly wasn't doing anything on that show.
I think they're getting called up.
God, no.
That's why I think they took it off them.
So they can job to the
Good Brothers, yeah. No, the Good Brothers. And then be okay, cool.
Okay. I'm hurting.
He's taking his glasses off because Chip made his head hurt.
No, here's my thing. I don't understand. Well, I get why they did it. Okay, so obviously Pretty Deadly is a callback to Breezango, right?
Seems it to me.
Who is so close to Tyler Breeze? Why would they want to work with Pretty Deadly? You know? So I get why they did this. I don't get why they put the titles on them, because it looks exactly how you'd think it looks. I couldn't beat the Usos, so I went and grabbed the Bush League titles instead. And I'm not sure I'm a fan of that, as much as I like Kofi and Xavier here. I think it would have made a better story if Pretty Deadly won, but won with shenanigans, so that New Day doesn't lose all that much. Although Kofi's now 15-time tag champion. It's not like they'll ever lose credibility.
Now they're also triple crown tag team.
Yeah, and that's probably why they ended up doing it. Because they're not even the first triple crown tag team winner. I think, wasn't that FTR? It was either FTR or Street Profits. I can't remember which one. But yeah,
FTR, I think
it might have been FTR first and then Street Profits. I know they both are. I just don't know who did it first. Probably FTR. But I was not a huge fan of the match either. I gave it 3 stars. I don't know what Ken's thinking. You said it was just under 4.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. And the putting the titles on New Days just seems weird to me. And maybe it's only because they think that they've got a nice program going and they want to work together, and maybe this is the way they get them called up. Or, which I thought this was going, was a one last hurrah for Breezango to come back and do a quick angle with them. That's what I thought this was headed to, and I was wrong there. So, but
Surprise, surprise.
Mark's gonna mark, I guess. I don't know.
That too, but you were wrong. Surprise, surprise.
Fuck you. There's my answer.
Men's Iron Survivor Challenge. Carmelo Hayes, JD McDonough, Grayson Waller, Joe Gacy, and that mask guy. 25 minutes.
Axiom.
I said what I said. The mask guy. Am I wrong? So I thought. Ken gave it 4.25. Sleazy loves multi-man matches.
No, I don't.
Lies.
The fuck out of here.
It's not what you said in your bed last night.
What
Ah!
the fuck are you talking about? Oh, it's a kid. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I
You know that?
didn't know it. Well, I forgot. I didn't know JD McDonough was what's his face? God damn it. What is it? What was his old name?
Devin.
I'm getting too old for
Shit.
this. shit.
Sleazy, you have like 7 computers right in
Jordan
front of you.
Devlin. Jordan Devlin.
Devlin. Yeah, thank you. It, I don't know, guys. Once again, it's the same as the women's one. I think they had a good match despite the gimmick. 4 stars.
Go with the same. I think the right kid died, Grayson Waller, but he should be getting called up soon, I think. But yeah, I think it was a lot better than the women's match. It just had better flow to it, if you ask me. The whole penalty box thing where he threw his head into the penalty box and knocked him down, it took away precious time from the match. This is only a 25-minute match, so that actually worked. I think it was McDonough, right? That got Grayson Waller threw his head into the wall or something.
Mm-hmm.
So they all look well. I really thought Carmelo Hayes was going to win, but nope. Good to see Grayson Waller win.
Yeah, I gave it 3 3/4, so we're close. It was great, better than the women's. I think if they do this concept more, they'll get a better grasp on how to book it. But at the same time, we've all had what we said about what we think about the match. So, and right kid did die. Okay, NXT Championship. Ron Breaker defends against Apollo Crews, 14 minutes and 34 seconds. Kenton gave this 3.5. I agree with Kenton. It was really good. The finish came out of nowhere though, a little bit with the spear. But it was what it was. Right kid died. Sleazy, you're a fat fuck.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah. 3 stars. It was a match that happened as a main event on NXT. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. There was more than one. No, there's only one. This is awesome chant. whatever. I don't know. They get the title off of him at this point.
I think the build-up was better than the match. The build-up they had going, and they both got along very well. They were very cordial to each other, and out of nowhere, it's like Apollo Crews snapped in the middle of the match and like went bonkers and started beating the hell out of Braun Breaker. Thought it had good flow. I wanted this to be my match of the night. It's not. Give it 3 3/4. Right kid died, but someone's got to take that strap off Breaker. It's just after a while. I don't know how Roman Reigns can do it to where I'm not tired of seeing him as a champion, but it just
He's not on the show every week.
oh
That's
that
a
could
big
be
deal. That's a
Yeah.
big difference. And I think here's the other thing is that unlike Roman, Braun's very limited in the ring.
Well, he's
Green as shit. And that's
yeah.
fine. You're in NXT for that reason.
Mhm.
I guarantee you he's not going to get called up for a while because I think that he's still got a lot to learn down there. I think when he does get onto the main roster, they're going to strap a motherfucking rocket to his ass. He is going to be the next big thing unless something major happens. But at this point, he needs to stay down there and learn a new hold. And frankly, so does Apollo.
Yeah, I'm really shocked at how he is not translated in WWE at all. Yeah, he had a run as the Intercontinental Champion, run as the United States Champion, but when he came as a free agent after he left PWG and ROH and everywhere else he was a part of, it was like this guy's going to make some noise, and he absolutely did not.
He is a great example of probably a guy that's very humble in the back, but he couldn't transition from a independent audience to a WWE audience, but he's so well liked that they're going to keep him around because he is good for fodder for matches like this.
Mhm.
But
Overall thoughts on the show? Good show. That's it. It was good.
it wasn't we'll never get to that era of NXT where like every fucking show has been a banger, banger after banger after banger after banger. But if you still look at it outside of that ridiculous finish of the women's match, this wasn't a bad card. I mean, they tried hard with those stupid, ridiculous Iron Survivor matches. But even despite that, they weren't bad matches. The talent in NXT right now is still great. And it gives me hope for the next year on what we can see potentially even on the main roster, because eventually those pretty much everyone in there, I'm not going to say they're ready, but they're on their way to becoming main roster material. So it'll be great.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I would have enjoyed it more had that finish not been involved. But yeah, it's not NXT Brooklyn, it's not NXT Toronto. It's not the ones that used to be the banger of takeovers. And I'm not even sure what Bench and Stay is going to hold. I mean, they like to rehash old names, it looks like. Instead of just doing regular takeovers, we're now just rehashing old pay-per-views. So, but no, it was good.
When are we going to get NXT Slamboree?
May, bro. May. Duh.
Starcade, Capital Collision.
There you go. They already used Bash at the Beach, so
Yeah. Halloween Havoc is now a tradition. Great American Bash they use as well.
World War III.
God, no.
You got a
Supergirl.
big enough roster now. Holy
Supergirl.
shit.
God, no.
I want to see fucking World War III with WWE's current roster. Holy shit.
Well, you have a video game that you can do that in, sir. So you go
Um,
ahead.
It's not an option I would like it to be though. THQ, can you give me World War III, please? Well, that's it for that part of the show, I guess.
Mhm.
What a great segue, right?
Mhm.
We're gonna take a quick break. Fat Man, you got anything that will entice the viewers?
We're going to talk about some news and we're going to talk about some rumors.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Back after this. And we're back, folks. News and rumors. There's a few things out there. Quite a bit, actually. A lot has happened.
You're a few things out there.
Batman's got his tablet out, so that's always good news. He's got his other booklet out.
Okay. So let's talk about my baby girl.
Mercedes Monet.
Baronato.
Sasha.
Nope, it won't be Sasha anymore.
Monet talks.
You don't know that, sir. Because Dave Meltzer says she's done with WWE.
Oh,
and then
Jesus
literally
Christ. No,
the next sentence
no.
said, but you can't rule out a return.
Fuck him. No. Fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck him. Fuck him times infinity. What the fuck? Now, I read every single bit of that, okay? I read his entire...
And it's
like
and every single sentence
Contradiction.
next sentence contradicted what he literally just said.
exactly. What the
Every
fuck
single
is wrong
one.
with him? There's only one thing, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to give him a little bit of praise, and then I'm going to fucking dunk on him for the next 10 minutes.
Oh, dunk? Wow.
He said
Right.
that whatever it was, she was being underpaid. And to his credit, he said, well, most of the roster is being underpaid. And that is absolutely the truth.
I agree with part of that statement.
Okay, which part don't you agree with?
I don't agree that she was being underpaid.
Um,
I agree that most of the roster's being underpaid. I sure as shit don't agree that she was being underpaid.
what was she being paid currently? I thought it was only like $250,000.
No, it was $1 million plus.
I don't think so.
Oh, yes. For her, yes. Her, I would assume her, I don't know the figures, but I would assume her, Becky, Charlotte, Bailey, they make $1 million plus. Anyway, she's expected to finish with WWE at the end of the month as she is scheduled to attend Wrestle Kingdom 17 and has additional dates for the promotion scheduled in 2023. According to Voices of Wrestling, NJPW is working on a limited appearance deal for her that will pay a fee that is significantly higher than what NJPW paid for Chris Jericho and make her the highest paid Bushiroad, which is the parent company of NJPW and Stardom, contracted wrestler. It is unclear if she signed the contract yet. According to
Fuck Dave Meltzer.
Voices of Wrestling, said she'll be a per appearance deal that has a high price than anyone. Even Chris Jericho. Jericho made $100,000 a shot when he was working with NJPW. She's going to have to with Chris Jericho. He was actually underpaid because of how much revenue he drove between NJPW World and ticket sales at the different shows and things like that. I don't see her driving that revenue, but I guess we'll find out. The Tokyo Dome may be one thing, but for other shows and a lot of them in the United States, I don't see where she's going to drive $100,000 of extra revenue. Which I agree with him. If that number is true. Which he is kind of hinting that he doesn't even think it's true. Because he's reporting on a report that actually isn't his.
Right.
Which is rare. So
I don't know what to say to that, honestly.
I don't know either. Meltzer actually being right for once.
Because it wasn't his story. That's
right.
why.
That's true. That's true.
He's got nothing to lose by speculating on it.
Although I can say that I'm not going to be upset if I have to see Kairi Sane versus Sasha Banks.
Oh, I'm not going to be either.
Oh, me too.
I'm just saying.
You know? Hang on.
Got to mark out. As I'm wearing an Eddie Edwards t-shirt.
Right.
You can't see over my my pillies.
Here's the thing. Number one, I did go back and look. She got a bump from 180 to 250,000 for her downside guarantee.
Then she's significantly underpaid. I still think that's wrong, though. Is that public record?
As of 2021.
I still think that's wrong. I think
She wasn't even in 2022.
Well, the thing is that there's only one woman that's being paid more than $1 million right now.
That's got to be Charlotte.
No.
Really?
Ronda Rousey.
Oh, yeah.
I still think that's wrong.
She's making 2.1 million.
And this is public record?
Jesus.
Yes.
I don't know. Why do I think that's wrong?
Becky's making more than Becky and Charlotte are making more than Bailey and Sasha.
That makes sense to me, but I would have assumed Charlotte would be making $1 million, Becky, Charlotte, or the 4 horsewomen will be making $1 million plus.
They're not.
At least. So I think, yeah, so then I think she is significantly underpaid.
Yeah. And I'm not going to sit here and say that Sasha Banks is a fucking self-mark that, should take whatever WWE pays her and sits down and shuts up. I'm not going to say that at all. I think she's okay, so number one,
she's overvaluing what she thinks she's worth.
And she took Naomi down. Honestly.
Yeah, because Sasha now has a possibly impending deal with JPW, and Naomi does not.
Naomi's sitting waiting for her husband to get home.
Yep.
Hey, she's happy.
If she's happy, that's great.
I mean,
but the reason why they both left was that they were being underutilized, undervalued, et cetera, et cetera.
They left over apparently
creative differences.
Creative differences. Apparently.
If you're talking about money, which if all this stuff is true, then the one person that's going to get fucked out of all this is Naomi.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guarantee you, she may not have been making bank, but she sure as hell was making decent money.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's not making any money.
That we know of.
That we're seeing. Maybe they're getting their downside guarantee. I don't know.
After being attacked by Solo Sikoa, WB recently wrote Matt Riddle off TV for 6 weeks, but the company hasn't revealed the reason why he was suspended. He hasn't appeared to be hurt, and a new report from Cassidy Hines at bodyslam.net provided more information on his absence. When Vince McMahon was still in charge, Hines claims that Riddle broke the company's wellness policy over the summer, which is why his match with Seth Rollins was moved to the Clash of the Castle pay-per-view. The match was initially promoted for SummerSlam. According to reports, Riddle was warned by the new management that his contract would be terminated if he failed one more test and had to enter rehab. Haynes continued saying that Riddle recently failed another drug test, forcing him to enter rehab. The belief going around is that he has already entered treatment or will be going in as many programs run for 30 days, and he would need to finish in time for his return in 6 weeks. Since the company no longer conducts marijuana tests, it is possible that that he tested positive for something else.
That's a lot of speculation on top of other speculation, which is on
Yes.
top of other speculation. So let me get this straight. He failed a drug test, which means his match got moved from SummerSlam to Clash of the Castle.
Yep.
Then he failed a second one, which means now he's off for 6 weeks. And that's why he got stretcher jobbed.
Apparently.
And now they're claiming he had to get stretchered because he's doing rehab.
That's what the report said.
Oh my God. Okay, so we know for a fact that the SummerSlam match was never going to happen, right? That was basically no, fuck off, because they didn't have room for it. That was a full show.
As far as we know, yes.
And wasn't the Clash of the Castle match? It didn't matter. I mean, we got a great promo out of fucking Matt Riddle for that. And you would never have gotten that if they hadn't moved the match. In my
Glenn Saints is crown jewel, bro.
Yeah, whatever. Why do I bother? Sure,
Yeah.
fine, he's in rehab, whatever.
I don't
buy it at all. I really don't. I think 6 weeks sounds like an arm injury.
I mean, you are very, very familiar with rehab. So you should know.
It's not usually 30 days, folks.
For alcohol it is.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know. That was just a lie.
But I don't think that he would. And that's another thing too. If it is alcohol, they wouldn't suspend him for that.
Nope. They wouldn't.
And they don't drug test for marijuana. It has to be prescription pills.
I made the joke that he's following in the footsteps of his former tag team partner, but the reality is
Oh, Elias?
no, is
Because he
he?
walks with Elias? Following in the footsteps, he walks with Elias.
No, he runs with Ezekiel.
I hate you so much.
Well, you started this bit. This is on you. No,
Former WWE Vice President of Talent. Okay, go ahead. You have one more thing to add?
no, just the fact that if it is actually truly pills or something like that, that's a significant problem. But to test so quickly one after another is kind
they just speculated that he was high on something, you know what I mean? And
yeah, but you can't.
why can't you?
Because-
Random drug tests, quote unquote.
Yeah, but if you pissed hot for the first one, you would have a good chance that you'd piss hot for a second one so shortly after. You know what I mean? Drugs stay in your body for a while.
Not all drugs.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is that we're speculating on if it was drugs.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
We don't know. We have no
He
fucking
could have a
clue.
sex addiction. We don't know.
He could be super depressed
David
because of.
Duchovny?
Oh my God. He could be depressed because of his divorce. I mean, not being able
Maybe
to
he took
perform.
time off for just that exact reason.
I can see it.
The fact that it's even being speculated says a lot.
Former WWE Vice President of Global Television Production, Michael Mansouri, has been hired by AEW and begin his duties this week.
The show will still suck.
Fightful Select noted, we already heard from talent and staff from both AEW and WWE who were happy about the hiring and believe that it will go a long way in helping AEW's content. One WWE source says that he's a good hire, specifically because he's more in touch with AEW's demographic and can significantly increase the level of production the company has. One WWE source noted, one WWE source that heavily criticized AEW said that he saw this as AEW's biggest hire of the year. Apparently, this Mansory was likely to be the next replacement for Kevin Dunn when he left WWE.
I'd heard that before. I've heard somebody say that before. And as for the biggest critic of AEW, let's try that again. As for the biggest critic of AEW, wow, what the fuck?
You're sleazing all over this,
right? Did he say shucky ducky quack quack after it?
Okay, Booker T, you simmer down over there, sucker.
That's what he said, right? This is the greatest hire that AEW has ever done, dog.
Is that a WWE source?
Yeah, it's Booker T.
I farted.
Look.
Okay, this is a quote. This isn't me saying anything. So, on the heels of the momentous Ring of Honor Final Battle pay-per-view from College Park Center in Arlington, Texas, Tony Khan announced that the company's Honor Club streaming platform has officially relaunched, featuring more than 2,500 hours of premium professional wrestling content dating back to 2002, with new weekly television episodes coming to the platform. The announcement... Okay, so blah, blah, blah. Fans can sign up immediately for Honor Club for just $9.99 a month by visiting watchroh.com. Honor Club is accessible via ROH app on iOS, Android, Roku, and Amazon Fire. The relaunched platform features updated functionality where fans will be able to enjoy thousands of hours of Ring of Honor content. Probably not Super Card of Honor that we went to.
No.
That's still going on.
Including classic matches from full Ring of Honor television archive and hundreds of pay-per-views and special events. Khan also announced plans for a weekly ROH television show to be solidified at the top of the year. Pay-per-view events will be available for viewing on Honor Club 90 days after they happen live, with live broadcasts, I'm sleazing this, still airing Viva Bleacher Report.
Okay, so 3 different things I want to touch on. Number 1, obviously Ring of Honor Final Battle happened. We are doing a review for that. That will be next week's show. So join us for that. That's going to be a fun episode. I guarantee you that. Number 2, the big thing I want to point out here is that it used to be, I take that back. I'm not sure if it ever always was this way. But at one point, didn't they have their pay-per-views live on Honor Club?
I know, because we watched it together. All In was on Honor Club, but it wasn't branded as an ROH TV show, ROH pay-per-view. And no, they were not live.
They were never live?
They were never live.
Okay. Then that makes a little bit better sense. I wasn't sure if they'd ever gone to the live option on the streaming platform. I'm sure that
I think they so I think they tried, but you know ROH technology. It failed, so they stopped.
No, with all due respect, even WWE had that problem when they first started. It's all about scaling that stuff up, and it's not easy to do. In fact, it's very hard to do. WWE pawned it off not once, but twice. First with MLB TV and then with Peacock. And when you're talking about a company that was already starting to drown in debt, as we're now very well know, obviously they didn't have money for the infrastructure, and they probably couldn't afford to even farm it out to somebody else. So that makes sense. So to have it just video on demand, High Spots is doing that, and they could have done the same thing. In fact, that's probably what they should have done, is partnered with High Spots or partnered with IWTV or partnered with Fight and just said, here's our stuff, have fun, and just gotten a licensing deal out of it. They didn't. They chose to build something out that's okay, but they're still charging $10 for not live content. Does that sound not great to you?
So I had Honor Club and I liked it. Some of the perks are obviously you get pre-sales for live events when they had them, money off merchandise, the backlog,
Yeah.
of content. You could watch the ROH TV shows, I think, the next day.
So we're literally not.
Wait. No, it depends on the market. Here in this market, I could have watched it at Honor Club before I could have watched it syndicated.
Yeah, because the syndicated deal was weird here.
Yeah.
Oh, there, I should say.
Because I think they uploaded the episodes like every Wednesday or something. And ours aired Saturday mornings.
They did
Or Saturday afternoons and Sunday mornings. It was
yeah, it was
one on
Saturday
one
after-
and one.
Yeah.
So, but it didn't say anything about live television show. It just said weekly TV programming.
Which makes sense because they'll almost certainly batch record it.
And
Yeah.
there were never like any show I went to ROH in Baltimore. They would always do like a month of weeklies after the pay-per-view.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fine.
And that's fine.
Fuck, they were doing that in 2013.
Yeah.
They did a Supercard of Honor in 2013, and then the next day they did a bunch of tapings in the Manhattan Center.
That went on forever.
Jesus.
But so you want people, and then the weekly TV show as a perk, but people are getting AEW and Rampage essentially for free, but you have to pay $10 a month for, let's face this, I hate to say this, a inferior product as of right now, an inferior product.
Yeah, I would absolutely say that.
Why would anyone buy that?
Because the library.
Okay.
So you want to go back to 2013 and watch Kevin Steen lose the Ring of Honor World Championship to Jay Briscoe?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. But one of the perks that they're trying to base this off of is the current weekly TV product.
Yep.
And that's all they've got.
Yes.
There's literally no other way to watch it. At least beforehand, you could have just watched it on the CW if you had a Sinclair affiliate in your market.
Yeah.
Now it's you pay $9.99 a month to watch our weeklies, or you don't get any idea of what's going on. And that's, in this day and age, you can't do that. You really can't.
And there is rumor and innuendo out there that obviously they couldn't find a TV deal.
Mhm.
So that's why they put it on Honor Club. It's not a good sign.
Yeah, because there was never a market for, and
how many times? Okay.
Fucking Ring of Honor homer here.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is making me hurt inside. Okay. But we're talking about a company that couldn't find a TV deal. And the reason why they couldn't find a TV deal was they had been shoved into Saturday afternoons on Sinclair Network
my market now.
Well, it was random times in random.
Yeah, 11 o'clock on a Saturday night would be ours.
Yeah.
And we're in Baltimore, and I was in Baltimore at the time.
Right.
So
there was obviously not a huge, and I hate saying this, but there wasn't a huge demand for their TV. So it's not a big shock that they couldn't find a TV deal.
And we've been saying this for weeks now. Turn Rampage into your ROH show. But apparently Tony Khan does not want to do that, or the network is just refusing to let them do it, which I can kind of see them doing.
Cool. Put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you need to do.
Mhm.
Put it on fucking YouTube. Put it here. You want to do it even better? Have it first run on Honor Club and then have YouTube lag a week behind.
No, they wouldn't do that.
Why
Because
not?
why? Because you're essentially saying you can pay $9.99 a month or wait a week and watch our TV show.
Yes. Yes,
I-
absolutely. 100% yes.
Still wouldn't. That would actually make me not want it even more.
That's not true. That's not true
For
because you're
me.
getting other things along with it.
I know, but even for me, I'm just like, if I can watch it a week later, why
Then
would I
watch it a week later.
pay $9.99 a month to
It's
watch it a week earlier? Like,
It's no different than a Patreon perk of, let's say, we'll just say Dumb People Town. Dumb People Town, you can listen to their podcast every Wednesday. But if you want it 2 days earlier, you can subscribe to their Patreon and get it 2 days earlier.
no, I understand that.
Well, it's the same concept.
I understand it, and that's why I don't go to Dumb People Town,
Right, but
because it's Dumb People Town.
I'm using them as
I
Jimmy
understand.
Turner.
Yeah. I get it. But again, it's like I said, it's me. It would actually make me not want it even more because I'm just like, I can wait a week. Why would I?
That's fine. Well, that's kind of the point, is that it's not geared towards you specifically because you're not the hugest fan of Ring of Honor. You're a fan.
I'm not the hugest fan of this incarnation of Ring of Honor.
Good point. Yes. I guess my point is that you don't market it as you're just going to get it a week later. You market it as you want it a week
Early,
later.
you get it early access to
Yeah.
the weeklies. That's all you got to
It's
say.
it's all you.
But I think you're right. YouTube would have been perfect because they can still get ad revenue off YouTube for the views and stuff. I'm not sure how the Honor Club ad revenue is.
I don't think there is any.
There might
You're
not.
only paying for the money for the
Right.
Their only revenue is
So
the $9.99.
I don't know.
Chip, what do you think about this? You grew up with this shit basically.
I'm the whole $9.99 thing. It won't fly. You won't have a lot of people buying it because and I hate to say this, it's kind of like ROH is an afterthought now. It was great. It gave people their starts, but now with AEW, AEW, Impact Wrestling, WWE, and JPW, do we really have a need for it? I mean, as much as it hurts me to say, I'm not paying $9.99 a month to see it. I don't care how good the show is. I don't care how good the programming is. It's a bill that I don't have anyone to buy. So, and unfortunately, because I used to watch ROH all the time, especially with it being based out of Baltimore, it was a huge thing, but it was huge when it was run by Sinclair and not by Tony Khan. Tony Khan is taking it and basically using it as a cat toy and just toying around with it and not doing anything with it. Yeah, he wanted it for the library because a lot of his wrestlers now were part of ROH at the time. But if you're not going to do anything, what was the point of you buying it?
I call Tony Khan a money mark all the time, but he does have passion for wrestling. And I'm going to say this, and I'm probably going to get shit for it. I think he's just delaying. When he bought it, I was like, okay, cool. But now I think he's just delaying WWE from buying the library.
I mean, lesser two
Because-
equals. I see what you're saying.
Because if this doesn't work, we already know that there's no TV company that's going to, carry ROH. And if Honor Club's losing money,
What you're absolutely going to do.
at the beginning, which is, again, it's just part of business. You got to spend money to make money. And if they don't see any growth, they don't see any, which I've used before with AEW, and he's like, do they need to grow? Yes, they do. If they don't see any growth and they keep losing money on Honor Club, he has no place to dump it. I can see Tony Khan going, please buy this. And I can see WB going, I'll only buy the library and I only buy it for this price.
When in that situation, WWE would have a bargaining tool.
Well, they do have a bargaining tool. They can say, I only want the library.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
I don't want
a
the library.
bargaining tool.
Library trademarks. Give them me. Give them me.
And I'll
Give me the
give-
library. Give them the trademarks. Contracts. Because I guarantee you all those wrestlers are not under. Well, no, because Tony Khan says that they are signed to ROH contracts. And some people are signed to AEW contracts. So
But is that kind of like NXT and WWE?
one of them is a
Don't know.
development. No,
We don't. Well, the thing is, we don't know because we haven't seen the contracts.
right. Because it's not a public company.
It's not
So-
like WWE where you can paw through public filings, quarterly reports, et cetera, et cetera. They are publicly or privately funded by the cons.
Yes.
So they can do whatever the fuck they want.
When they say that their pay-per-view, their 4,000 fans drew $1 million gate, they can say it. There's no board that can say that's fraud. So, I mean,
You know?
so they can do whatever they want.
And
Okay. Okay. Keep going.
I just
Keep going,
want
keep going.
to say one last thing about all this. And we're talking about a company that has been around for 20 years.
20 years.
Do either of you believe that Tony Khan buying this was just prolonging the death of Ring of Honor?
Yes.
Yeah, this is kind of a last ditch effort. It's on life support right now.
Them not finding a TV deal,
Death.
that's a nail. Boom. In the coffin. Them putting in an honor club. Boom. That's another nail in the coffin.
Them not getting anyone buying on their club. Boom.
Well,
nail
we
in the
don't know.
coffin.
Well, we don't know that. There's going to be
there's
hardcore AEW fans that's going to support Tony Khan no matter what.
but
and
not
if-
as
if
many
I-
fans in WWE.
If I was working and because of this whole thing, I would debate about getting Honor Club because of the back catalog. Because
Years worth of it.
yeah, because
Well,
that's
here-
me.
Here's
It
my
wouldn't
thing.
be for the weeklies because I guarantee you I want to be watching them.
So in my situation, I could make a choice between in JPW or
Thank you for bringing that.
Rich.
That's another good thing. Sleazy said outsourcing it. Why not combined? If you're going to have a relationship with New Japan, why not combined New Japan World and Honor Club together?
Have you fucking used New Japan World lately?
Yes,
Fucking garbage.
I know.
Garbage.
Oh, I know. But it's outsourcing it though.
Yeah.
It's garbage, but you can still manage and navigate through some stuff. But
Mhm.
it is garbage.
Yeah.
But I also think at the same time, again, this is speculation on me. I've not read anything. This is just my speculation that with WWE's now newfound partnership with New Japan, that they're hesitant.
Carl Anderson works 2 days. Newfound partnership with New Japan and WWE.
Well,
The Mercedes Arenado situation as well.
that's not necessarily
that's
working
gonna
with
be
WWE.
a fucking shit show. is
But
what-
I'm just saying, they do. Well, the whole Carl Anderson thing, I actually do have here. He is wrestling at Wrestle
Wrestle
Kingdom,
that's the
so-
claim. Yeah.
and they do want to try to get other WWE stars, not just to wrestle at Wrestle Kingdom, but to wrestle in Japan for them as well.
Wow, that was odd because originally they wanted AEW stars to Wrestle Kingdom.
Right. No, I'm just saying
They
not just
are.
Wrestle Kingdom, but I'm
Other,
saying
yeah.
so if WB goes to New Japan and goes, if you cut your ties with AEW, we'll work with you. I guarantee you in a heartbeat, New Japan will go deal.
See ya. Here's the thing. It's not run by Vince anymore.
It's not.
And I don't think Triple H would do that.
You don't think he would?
I do not think he would.
What?
That they would
You would give him an ultimatum?
give him
or-
exclusive deal.
Exclusive deal.
I would say that there would be some tough negotiations for a particular talent to make an appearance or two. The Carl Anderson thing's a different.
Because he
And-
was already working for New Japan. when
He was
signed.
already working for New Japan. They'd already set dates. They already had a storyline in progress. And then WWE went,
And he doesn't want to burn bridges.
yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And let's be honest here. Carl Anderson is a third realm or third tier tag wrestler in pretty much every promotion but New Japan. In New Japan, he's a fucking star.
Mhm.
Cool. But obviously he doesn't want to burn that bridge.
No.
So Triple H would let that kind of stuff go because he understands that's a Kowalski thing.
Well,
know?
if he wanted Roman Reigns, he'd be like, okay, hold the phone.
Yeah, that zero chance of that happening.
Right.
But I can't even say zero chance. Very, very slim chance.
There's a 0.1%
There's no
chance.
way that Jay Briscoe wins the ROH title.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I love you.
Vince McMahon announced his retirement this summer following allegations that he paid millions of dollars in hush money to women over 16 years. According to the Wall Street Journal,
Yeah, who originally broke the first story.
ex-WWE CEO Vince McMahon has told people that he tends to make a comeback, that he received bad advice from people close to him to step down amid a sexual misconduct investigation, and that the allegations would have been blown over had he stayed. Vince McMahon may want to return to WWE, but it's not as simple as that. People I've spoken to, this from somebody else. This is from givemesport.com. Okay, whatever. People I've spoken to say that new management teams consider him to be fully done following his retirement in July. The new leadership teams are also aware that morale's massively up since he's been gone.
Okay. And today we had another break that they dug up two more.
Yeah.
Hush money ones. One that dated back to 85, I think it was.
Well, okay, so I didn't put it in here because it's kind of already been settled. I don't know why she's suing him again. So it got dug up during the steroid trial.
Yeah.
And that he, in the article, it said that she wanted $11.75. I think that's wrong. I think it was a typo, which was stupid. But
Here's
wanted,
a 20. Keep the change.
Yeah.
I think it was 5 million was the original thing. She wanted 5 million, but then it got thrown out for lack of evidence or something. Anyway, Vince didn't have to pay it, but now it's getting dug back up again through all this stuff. I think they're just going back to that.
They're just going to keep digging until they
Yeah.
find enough
Yeah.
stuff. Until
Yeah.
they disgrace him enough so he'll never come back. Yeah.
Right.
And whatever, he's done. I
Yeah,
think he's done.
He's done.
It reminds me of Daniel Snyder.
Huh?
Well,
That's a great. Are they going to do a memorial of
Antonio Inoki.
Tony Inoki, and all it is a
A wire hanger.
a wire hanger? Yeah. Sleazy, how's your daughter?
not well, sir.
No, she's not. She broke her hand. She's out 6
Yeah.
weeks. She can't jerk you off.
Oh, is that what that was about today? I didn't know.
Yeah, she broke
didn't read
a
it.
bone in her way down here, metatarsal, I guess it
Yeah.
is.
Mhm.
I don't
America.
Yeah.
William Regal
You
will
only used to
be
do that.
William Regal will be the vice president of the company when he comes back to WWE.
For him.
That's awesome.
Barry Windham has been released from the ICU after his heart attack, so that's good.
I'm glad he got
Talks are for I got two WrestleMania news. Talks are for Roman Reigns to work both nights of WrestleMania, defending one title each on each night.
Then I heard fuck Dave Meltzer contradicted that whole situation.
Of course you did. And then to make Sleazy come,
Please. Pretty please.
Lesnar's planned opponent for WrestleMania is
Nakamura.
Walter.
Oh,
You mean Gunther? Or is he going back to Walter?
It's a bit between me and Sleazy. Look at Sleazy. He's so happy.
And Walter.
It's like he opened up a Christmas present and realized it was a bunch of hermaphroditic porn.
Oh my goodness.
Japanese hermaphroditic form.
Oh, now you're going too far, man.
Yeah, that's just
Stop. I can only get so erect.
he can only get so erect.
You can find me on Twitter, and you can find me in Fat Man on the Best Orange Sports Show period 2 tomorrow night, 9:00. And we got a couple tragedies that happened this past. Well, actually, shit today.
Today, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was today. And we're talking World Cup. We're getting down to the nitty gritty of football, and it's bowl season for college football. So
Yay!
I don't normally watch the World Cup and stuff like that. But I do know who are in the semifinals right now. But I didn't finish the game for Argentina and Croatia. I assume
3-0.
it was Argentina won, right?
And now,
Yep.
right now, Messi has the most goals in World Cup history, I believe he got today.
Cool.
Which, yeah, it's not shocking at all. What is shocking is the fact that so many powerhouses left so early. That's what's shocking. This is definitely one of the World Cups.
And we could end up with 2 powerhouses in the final.
or one fucking Cinderella in a powerhouse.
Or one Cinderella, yeah. So
I mean, Morocco. I want to know who the hell made the bet in Vegas that had Morocco winning a damn World Cup, and how much money they put on, and how much money is in that return. Anyway, you can find me on Twitter at TWS_Mark with 4 A's. That's MAAAARK.
I can't count that far, but I'll
he needs to take his shoes off first.
yeah, really.
Oh, imagine when it was 8 A's.
Ryan's still in rehab, but you can still find him on Ryan Buttgotch on TikTok. He fucks around in Reddit, specifically /the wrestling show, other places as well. I'm at TWS Sleazy.
TWS Fat Man.
We are at Sleazy Fat Man on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Please go on over there. Give us a like, follow, etc., etc. Videos you can find on twitch.tv/sleazyfatman, youtube.com/sleazyfatman, and premium videos on onlyfans.com/the wrestling show. You can find all sorts of content on the wrestlingshow.com, including articles, merch, a ton of other cool stuff. I still got to get the Raw article out. But that'll probably be the last one I'll do for a while, probably till after Christmas. Hopefully by then, Fat Man will be able to type. You can get this podcast free.
Voice to text.
Maybe that might actually happen. You can get this podcast every Saturday morning, wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Podbean. Don't hesitate to rate us on your favorite platform. It really helps us out. So with thanks to Chip, and as always, for Sleazy,
The Fat Man.
this is the wrestling show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
Fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck Tony Khan. A hot dog's not a sandwich. A sub is not a sandwich. Chip, you're a fucking mark. Learn how to rate matches. Your opinion